Okay, so once again, we are going to start with a couple of problems from that are released by ACT. And again, this is copyright 2016 by ACT Incorporated. ACT, please don't sue me. I'm just a poor math teacher. All right, so we're going to start with one of them that says if f of x is equal to 3x plus 7 squared, then f of 1 equals what? Okay, so f of x equals this. What is the f of 1? So this is just function notation, and I really expect every single person to know what this means. But in case you don't, when you see this f of 1, and you're given something that the definition of it is that the f of x is something, all this means is that you're going to substitute that 1 in for that x, right? So you're going to say that the f of 1 is equal to 3 times 1, right? I'm just putting the 1 where the x used to be, plus 7 squared, okay? Well, we know that 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10, right? So you're going to end up with, this is the same as 10 squared, which is 100. Oh my goodness, that is so easy. Let me just take a minute and let you know that I am giving you I'm giving you ACT questions on the Power Up from the first 20 questions of a released ACT test. Now, when you're doing the ACT, when you're taking the math section of the ACT, what you always want to do is you need to know that the first 20 questions are going to be the easiest. So you want to be able to really make sure that you can get those right. And then you can kind of go on to the rest of the questions and see and pick and choose from there which ones you're going to pay attention to. But those first 20 questions, that's like the bar. You need to be able to solve the first 20 questions of an ACT with no problems at all, because those are the ones that everyone is supposed to be able to get for sure. Okay, some of the other ones, you get into trigonometry and stuff like that, and it may not be something that you've seen before in some cases, but those first 20 questions are a lot of times algebra questions, stuff from pre-algebra, stuff from middle school, that kind of thing. Anyway, I digress. So the second one on the Power-Up said that you have a rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and draw you a rectangle here, which is what you should do when you're solving a problem. That rectangle is poo. Okay. Slightly better. All right. The rectangle, and we know that the area of the rectangle is 54. 54 square centimeters. I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and we know that the length of the rectangle is 9 centimeters. Okay, this is number 2 on the Power Up that we did. So then it says, what is the perimeter of the rectangle in centimeters? Okay, so this is 2 parts. Now, this is the thing that I need you guys, everybody, to know. Area equals length times width, right? So our area in this case is 54. Let's go ahead and ignore the units for now because they kind of do. 54 equals 9 times the width, right? So we're trying to get the width because we have to get the width if we're going to be able to find the perimeter. Well, 54 equals 9w. I just do the inverse operation of multiplication. 9 times w, the inverse is division, so I'm going to divide by 9. Once again, the reason is that 9 over 9 is 1, and 1 times w is w, so these cancel out. And then I just have 54 divided by 9, which I believe is 6. Check me on that, somebody with a calculator. Just kidding. 9 times 6 is 54. That is something that you need to know from your math facts, from your, what do you call your times tables. Okay, so my width is 6 centimeters, and my length is 9 centimeters. Is that right? Area would be length times width. 9 times 6 is 54. Centimeters times centimeters is square centimeters. Yes, so that's right. So now what we got to do is we need to be able to find our perimeter. Now, most of the time, the easiest way to find perimeter is to just say that perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And then you plug in your width and you plug in your length and you're cool. But, maybe you don't remember that. Maybe you have a hard time remembering stuff. So perimeter, the thing that you need to remember is that perimeter is just if you had an ant that was walking around the outside of this rectangle, how far would that ant go? Well, that ant would go 9 centimeters, and then it would turn left and go 6 centimeters, and then it would turn left again and go 9 centimeters, and turn left again and go 6 centimeters. So what you could do, if you really wanted to, you could turn this into all addition. 9 plus 6 plus 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6 plus 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 plus 15 equals 30. Boom! I'm not going to show you this part because, come on, you're just plugging stuff into a formula. So the answer is 30 centimeters. That is your perimeter. Okay? And then we've got one more thing on our power-up, and it says to arrange the fractions. Okay? Arrange the fractions 1/2, 5/6, and 5/8 into ascending order. Ascending. What does ascend mean? To ascend means to go up. Descend means to go down. Ascend means to go up. So it's got to start at the smallest one and go to the biggest one. Okay, so let's see. 2, 6, and 8 all go into 24. 8 times 3 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24. So let's go ahead and change all of these to 24ths, shall we? Okay. Another way you could do this is you could use your calculator and make them all decimals. But I don't have my calculator available, so I'm going to say I'm just going to make them all into 24. So 1/2. I need to multiply 2 times 12 to get 24. So I'm going to also multiply 1 times 12 because 12/12 is 1. So this is going to be 12/24. Okay? And then my 5/6. I just said 6 times 4 is 24. So I also multiply the top times 24. And I get 20/24. And finally, I think you may remember that I said 8 needs to be multiplied times 3 to get 24. Okay, so I also need to multiply the top times 24. So it would be 15/24. And then, look, now that they all have a common denominator, we would go 12/24 is the first, 15/24 is the second, and 20/24 is the last one. So I just need to look what the corresponding one is over here. 12/24 is the same as 1/2. Okay, 15/24 is the same as 5/8. And last but not least, in fact, most, is 5/6 because 20/24 is 5/6. So there is your answer.